My name is Robert Juarez. I've been employed, my employment started in ABF in 1992. And before that, I was employed with Carolina Freight, and they were moving all their drivers to Chicago, and I had no desire to go to Chicago. So I applied here, and fortunately it worked out good for me and I believe for the company. When I first hired on, there was a safety man, John Borheimer, who gave me my written and driving exam. When he got through, he welcomed me to the company, shook my hand, and he handed me this form. And he said, "This is an accident form that you fill out in case you get in an accident, and return it to the safety department." He says, "But what I want you to do with it really is when you retire, return it unused," which is what I did. After 26 and a half years and 3.5 million miles, fortunately I was able to give it back unused. Well, first of all, I'd say that the main thing to do is just pay attention. I'm not saying that I'm any better a driver than any of you. I've been very lucky to get 3.5 million miles, and those of you that have been out there a long time will know that. You just have to manage the space around your truck. Try to look for things that don't look right to you, and if somebody cuts you off with their bad driving habits, don't just let go of it and be glad to be rid of them. Never try to retaliate, and just maintain your space.
Good. What do you think about or do every morning before heading out on the road?
Well, the first thing of importance is to get your proper rest. And if that's not possible, use your break time, pull over, take a 30-45 minute nap, and that'll get you rested and ready for the rest of the trip. The thing that you want to protect most is the most valuable piece of equipment in the truck, and that is yourself. So that's the best thing I can tell you to do. Well, it's a feeling of independence, knowing that when you leave the yard, you're in charge of all the follows. You can stop where you want, when you want, the duration of what you want. No one's looking over your shoulder. That's the best part about driving the truck, is the freedom. Well, I was headed west on Interstate 80, nearing Lincoln, Nebraska, and the roads were 100% snow-packed and icy, and there was a truck going east. He lost control, jackknifed, fell over on his side, started sliding through the median. When I saw this, we still had stick transmission at the time, so I shoved it into neutral and started coasting. Hopefully I could slow down. And he slid into the left-hand lane. I still had plenty of room, but he kept coming. And he slid into the lane that I was in. And I thought if he goes much further, that I would have to go for his trailer, because there's no way I could have stopped, and I didn't want to hit the cab and kill the driver. So fortunately, he stopped right in the lane that I was in, and I was able to coast over into the breakdown lane and coast right by him. I had a driver that was with me, and he said, "Wow," he says, "that was some good driving." And I said, "Well," I said, "it was luck." And I said, "We have to stop at a truck stop so I can change my clothes." Well, when you join any company, they'll all have their safety rules, and they'll vary by company, and there are quite a few of them. But I think the ones that are most pertinent to ABF is, first of all, do a thorough pre-trip. Make sure that the equipment is safe for you to drive. Protect yourself. Second of all, check your paperwork. Make sure you have the correct unit and trailer numbers. And if there's any hazardous materials, you should be up on all the regulations for once you leave the yard. You are the one that's held responsible for knowing those regulations and upholding them. Third, drive as if your family is in the cab with you, because in essence they are. If you can keep driving and maintain a safe record, then you're not going to be unemployed, and the compensation ABF gives is one of the best in the business, and this will allow you to give your family all of their necessities that you will need. Fourth, do a post-trip inspection. Don't leave a problem for the next driver. Don't just walk away from the unit. Walk around, kick the tires. You know how an inspection goes, so do that. And then fifth, the last thing, if possible, communicate any problems to the next driver, or at least to the dispatcher, so that any defects will be known.
Great. Okay, ready for the next question.
Sure.
Driving a truck is not just a job, it is a way of life. How do you balance your professional life as a driver and the challenging hours?
Well, that's difficult, and it puts a strain not only on you, but your family. I'm sure that there's a baseball game or a school play or something that you would like to attend, but you have to be on the road. You have to put your job alongside almost as important as your family. And if you don't do that, then this is hard, not only on the driver, but on the family, on the wife especially. It could even be harder on her. So you must talk it over with your wife. Make sure that she can understand why you have to be gone. And if you both can't live with that, then you might possibly need to look at a different profession. But good luck, is all I can say.
What do you miss most when you retire?
Well, the thing I'll miss most is the people. When I would walk across the dock, all the guys would yell insults at me, and I'd fire them right back to them. And all that meant was they were my friends. It was all said in jest. And the people in the office treated me fairly and with respect. And what more could a guy ask for in a job?
What would you like to say to ABF family?
I've had a number of jobs in my life, and this was the best one that I ever had. And it afforded me the opportunity to supply all the needs for my family, put my children through college. They all have a great start on life. My wife and I now live in a house that's paid for. We had great benefits. Well, I don't know what else a person would need from a job. To me, those are the main things. So all I can say is good luck to you. Keep rolling and have a safe trip. First of all, don't try so hard to impress about how good a driver that you are. I knew a driver who was within 1 mile of a terminal, and he rolled his vehicle making a turn just to try to save 2 or 3 minutes on the clock, on the punch time. Haste is not a good thing. It can cause problems. I'm not saying that don't do it quickly. What I'm saying is do it safely. Stay safe.